And good morning, sports fans, and welcome to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, live on the Coach's Corner Sports Network internet link, wherever it may be. It's Saturday, April 29th, 2023, and I'm live in my man cave. That's right, I'm at home still. Can't get on that Soundgarden stage, but I'm glad that I'm here to do it again. And, like I say every Saturday morning, it's always great to be here to talk about local sports here in Savannah, Georgia. Of course, there are sports here in Savannah, Georgia. I was told many years ago, there's no sports in Savannah to talk about. Just makes me laugh. I love talking about sports, and why not talk about where I live now, my hometown, Savannah, Georgia. So I'm glad you could join me. Running a little late, of course, always got technical difficulties, and, got to work through them, had to revamp the show, reload the show right before 9 o'clock. So, but once again, I'm here having a lot of fun talking local sports on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. If you don't know what the Coach's Corner Sports Network is, there are 4 shows on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Of course, Wednesday nights, Rubbin' and Grubbin' with the man, Brandon Bain. NASCAR, all NASCAR. The young guy has a lot of knowledge about a lot of sports, but NASCAR is his expertise. Brandon Bain, every Wednesday night, 6 to 7. Coach's Corner, Facebook page, YouTube, check it out. Then, of course, yours truly, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, Saturday mornings from 9 to whenever. I try to go to the 2-hour mark, but it's been tough lately, due to be under the weather. Now I'm starting to feel better. Hopefully next week I can get on that Soundgarden stage and go live from Coach's Corner. So all things sports, local sports, that's what the Karl DeMasi Sports Report's all about. Then, of course, once a year, the Masters, the 19th hole with the Herb Brothers. Unbelievable show this year, 5 straight days. Of course, I couldn't make it because I was laid up. But you want to check it out on YouTube, the 19th hole with the Herb Brothers. Short and Brent Herb do a great job talking all things Masters. Then we have one podcast, which I'm hoping we can kick off next week, but I have the man that does it with me coming on today. And that's, of course, the Who's on First Base baseball podcast presented by Coach's Corner and the man himself, Kyle Lawson, the baseball fanatic. He'll be on the last guest today, so check it out. We'll be talking baseball. And, of course, the Savannah Clovers, because he is the play-by-play man for the Savannah Clovers, and they play tonight, 7 o'clock at Memorial Stadium. Okay, so glad to be here. Glad to be. You got a comment, you got a question, put it in the comment box. And, of course, the man that is the OG of the Coach's Corner Sports Network, the producer, Lawrence Bennett, in the background, checking me out, make sure that I got my mic on, my earpiece in, guests are okay. Lawrence Bennett, love you, brother. Good morning, as always. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, so make a comment, okay? Anthony Dooley checking in, okay? Anthony Dooley bringing back the Savannah Storm. He beat me to the punchline. The Savannah Storm is a semi-pro basketball team. Tryouts will be May 7th, 21st, and 28th. I remember that, Dooley, okay? Check it out. Go to the Savannah Storm basketball semi-pro team, kicking it up again. I think they won a championship way back in 2012. It's his baby. Check it out. Once again, thanks for tuning in there, Mr. Dooley. Okay, so that's what we got. I got to get out of here by 9:12, so we got about 4 minutes. Of course, there's 3 steps in the door. High school sports, college sports, pro sports that relate to Savannah, Georgia. High school sports, we took it on the chin last night. First step in the door, high school sports. Once again, Dooley, I love you. Groves Rebel all the way, buddy. Okay, once again, my number one fan, always checking in on a Saturday morning. There he is, Mr. Dennis Kessler. Good morning, Coach DeMasi. That's right, Nolan Smith, Calvary Day School Cavalier, Jalen Carter, Sidney Brown, Tyler Steen. Go Eagles. You have a wonderful day there, Dennis. Yes, I'm feeling a lot better. Hopefully next week I'll be on the Coach's Corner Soundgarden stage doing this live outside and sweating instead of freezing. Okay, thanks for joining every Saturday morning, Dennis. So we're at 3 steps in the door. I'm just going to try and get through the high school sports because my first guest is supposed to come on at 9:12. Forgot the guest. First guest, 9:15, the new WSAV sports director, Joey Lamar. You'll see him running around the sidelines with the rest of the crew. Guest number 2, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from Memorial Day School, foreign exchange student, Zsolt Boros. He also won the Georgia Independent Athletic League Class A Player of the Year, and Memorial Day School won the state championship. And then the last guest, like I said, we're going to be talking with the baseball fanatic, Kyle Lawson, also the voice of the Savannah Clovers. Okay, all right, high school sports. We took it on the chin last night in the playoffs. Baseball, Richmond Hill went up to Parkview, lost 11-1, 13-1. Great season by the Wildcats. Good run deep into the playoffs. Girls lacrosse, Mount Pisgah comes in and beats Savannah Christian 20-2. In girls, okay, that was girls area or class 1 to 4A. In class 5 to 6A, Richmond Hill took on Jones Creek, and Jones Creek beat Richmond Hill 23-2. Boys lacrosse, once again, Richmond Hill, great job. Boys lacrosse, class 5, 6A, they were hosting Cambridge. They lost 16-3. Soccer boys, soccer girls, Savannah, we had 2 teams in the Final Four, St. Vincent's and Benedictine. St. Vincent's in class 3A, Benedictine in class 4A. Both went to double overtime. Both lost in double overtime. St. Vincent's lost 2-1, to Bremen. Great game. Watched it on the NFHS network. And then I got a chance to watch Benedictine. Also, 23 seconds to go in a game. Westminster hits a goal. 1-1 tie. Heartbreaker. 23 seconds into second overtime. Would have went to penalty kicks. Tough one for the Benedictine Cadets and the St. Vincent's Saints. Great season. Both teams losing the Final Four of the Georgia High School Athletic Association Soccer Championships. All right, today, I'll end it on this note. Today we got playoffs. We got more playoffs. We didn't win yesterday, but in baseball, Savannah Christian will host Mary Persons. Okay, it's a doubleheader. Starts at 1 o'clock at Savannah Christian. If it goes to a game 3, it'll be tomorrow, Monday at 4:30. Savannah Christian home. Sweet 16 baseball round. Calvary goes on the road. They'll be at Pike County. Same time, 1 o'clock at Pike County. If there's an if game, it'll be the same thing Monday at 4 o'clock. Boys lacrosse, the other playoff game here in Savannah, Georgia. Benedictine, 13-1, will be hosting Fellowship Christian, who comes in at 14-4, 3 o'clock at Father Albert Field at Benedictine. So that's what we got today. There'll be tennis playoffs on Monday. Savannah Country Days team hosting Hebron Christians boys and girls. That'll be Monday. Memorial Day School will be in the Georgia Independent Athletic Association baseball players. They'll host Fullington at 2 p.m. here out in Pooler. All right, track region champs. Class 3A goes to the boys from Johnson High School. In Class 4A, the boys from Benedictine. I think that's like 6-7 straight for Coach Houston and that gang. Golf championships. They went on. Savannah Christian, Savannah Country Day won golf championships. The states will start. Sectionals. Okay, area will be next. We'll start Monday. Okay, we'll start Monday for the teams in 5A to 7A. And on the following Monday, Class A to 4A. Sectionals will be May 8th to May 9th, and championships are May 22nd and 23rd in the Georgia State High School Association golf tournaments, okay? Week 10, John Carr, Seaport Real Estate Player of the Week goes to BC. Pitcher, infielder, Caden Tootin, he hit like 800 against New Hampstead last week. He got the pitcher award. I try to be fair here, but he could have got it for the player award. Pitched 5 innings, shutout ball against New Hampstead, 1 hit, 7 strikeouts. Pretty impressive in 5 innings. And then at Islands High School, Joey Cardillo also probably could have got it for pitching, but he got it for the player of the week because he hit like 534 against Burke County to help the Sharks finish 3rd in the region, and they went on the road and they lost tough ones to Stars Mills. All right, I had to keep it short and sweet. Got to come back at the end of the show. We'll talk about college sports in the area. We'll talk about pro sports. But my next guest is already waiting in the green room. That's right. The new guy. He's not new to Georgia. He is a Georgia boy. Okay, but he is new to the Savannah area. I mean, he's been to, I don't know, somewhere out there in the West Coast, somewhere up there in the north. Then he came back down to the south to Tallahassee. Now he's made his way to Savannah, Georgia. The new WSAV sports director. He's been there for a while, though, probably 4 or 5 months. He'll let us know. And that's Joey Lamar. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here live on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Be back in 3 minutes. Got to thank those sponsors. All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia, because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why. There's always sports, live music in the Soundgarden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV, because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991 and is always open for dining service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room, if you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And good morning, Savannah, and welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, right here live on the internets. And it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Go check it out. Go to Coach's Corner Facebook page. You'll see John Henderson talking to some guy, Charlie Smith, the other day after they did Rubbin' and Grubbin'. It's a lot of fun being on the internets, being able to talk local sports. And I've been doing this since March of 2020 due to COVID-19. Got me bumped off the radio. But I'm glad to do this. I've done this every weekend since, and it's always a lot of fun. And it's talking about local sports. Well, when the new guys or the new girls, new girls, new sportscasters come into Savannah, Georgia, I love interviewing and finding out how they wound up here in good old Savannah, Georgia, and get you a little background on them. I mean, we've had a bunch of people come through. I mean, Amy Zimmer is probably the OG now, the old guy as part of it. But we got Corey Howard at WSAV. We got Preston Harvey of WJCL. We got Chad Maxwell over at WTOC. So it's changing. The big guy, Frank Sikowski, now has got to be the big, news guy at 4:30 in the morning. I don't know how he does it, but this guy's not new to Georgia, but he's new to Savannah. Okay, he's excited to be back here in the state. I mean, I think he worked at Albany, in Albany, Georgia. Then went out to, let me see here, somewhere out there in the far North Dakota. Okay, North Dakota State, very good football program. But he's back here in the SAV. He was at Tallahassee. Joining me on the Coach's Corner hot seat, up first, the new WSAV sports director, Joey Lamar. What's up, Joey? Nice to see you.
Hey, Carl. How are you, man? Thanks for having me.
Hey, it's always a lot of fun bringing on, the sportscasters, because people don't realize the hours you guys put in. And I know I had to get you out of bed early because you probably finished at 1 or 2 o'clock last night.
On Saturday morning.
Yeah. So, Saturday morning gets you a little sleep because then you got to go cover baseball and lacrosse today. So, or wherever you guys find the sports news. But once again, appreciate you coming on and congratulations. Congratulations being in the SAV, the Seaport in the 912 area again.
Yeah, man, this has always been my dream to cover sports. Once I figured out that somebody would pay you for it, I was like, I want to do that. I remember my first job, like you said, was in Albany. My first job, they started me out at 28, and my news director told me that she got a deal, and I was like, no, I got the deal. I would have done it for free. So I've always loved covering sports.
Well, you are a guy from Georgia. So tell us about your background. Martin Luther King High School. I think you went to Clark, Atlanta. So tell us, you're representing the Panthers right there.
Yeah, I got on the shirt. I got on the sweatshirt right here. They get a little mad at Savannah State when you wear that to the when you cover the games. But yeah, born and raised in Georgia, from Lithonia, Georgia. Went to ML King where I played baseball and football, and then I went to college at Clark, Atlanta, where I just played baseball. And then I did accounting for a little bit. That was how I started my career. Started at PricewaterhouseCoopers in New York, and then I figured that this was too boring, and I needed to do something that I actually love. So I went back to school and got a master's degree in sports journalism, and the rest is history.
Nice. And you wound up in Albany or Albany, whatever they want to stay down. I say Albany. If I live up in New York down here, it's Albany. So yeah. You've gone through a couple of stations and then you came up with Savannah, Georgia. Tell us about the experience at those stations and how did you wind up finding out about the job at WSAV?
I was in Albany about a year, and then the station, they didn't close, but they consolidated, and so they started running the news out of Macon. It was a Sinclair station, and so then they they only kept certain positions, and so that's one thing people don't tell you about sports is like it's not as stable as, let's say, the medical profession. And so I had to find another job, and so I wound up in Montana for a year. I loved it out in Montana. Like, oh, if you've never been to Glacier National Park, like everyone should go to Glacier National Park. It's absolutely gorgeous. Like I still love it. So I was there for a year. Then I went to Bismarck. I was there 3 years, and I loved it. And then I came down to Tallahassee and worked in Tallahassee. And then when this position opened, I decided to make the move back to Georgia.
All right, well, now you got to get used to the hot weather instead of the cold weather. Yeah, my wife's been to Wyoming, Montana. She says it's beautiful out there during the summer. I don't know if you want to live there during the winter. The
first snow is always like, oh, this is so beautiful. But then it gets brown, and then you have to deal with this like refreezing. So it's like it creates black ice. Like, you definitely have to adjust.
So yeah, I mean, I could just imagine. So, but you're here in Savannah. You've been when did you officially start?
I started January 16th, so I've been here like 3.5 months. 3.5 months. Yeah.
Tell us about the experience so far.
It's been amazing. I mean, in the 3.5 months, I've covered, the basketball state championships. Right now we're in soccer and baseball. Covered RBC Heritage. I have interviewed the mayor of Savannah. I mean, I can't ask for anything more. Like, I mean, it's been an amazing experience.
So you've been from the South, because you lived here, you played high school sports here. You've gone out to compare the sports. I mean, is it the same in Montana or North Dakota or Fargo compared to where you've been all over the country? Is it the same? I mean, the level's the same. What's it like?
The passion is the same. But I'm not going to say that the level of competition is the same. I do remember the first time I covered a game in North Dakota. I asked one of the coaches, like, this was Friday night, it was a football game, and I said, what time does the varsity game start? And he was like, this is the varsity game. And like the players were a little smaller, than you see in like, Richmond Hill and Colquitt and Lowndes. They were a little smaller, so I had to get used to that. But they still had amazing stories. And, it as a sports reporter, that's what you really care about, is telling those stories. And I always felt bad for the kids in Montana and North Dakota, because some of them to me were really talented, but they considered those states flyover states. And so they didn't get the opportunities or the looks. And so some of the kids, when they were looking at colleges, they always looked in state because they felt like nobody from out of state would ever look at them. It was very rare, that you saw them go to like a big school. I did cover like Lauren Ware, who was a girls basketball player. She went to Arizona, and she played for a national title when she was a freshman. So she was kind of a really big deal. I didn't cover him, but like Carson Wentz is from Bismarck, North Dakota. So I've got to talk to him. And Dalton Feeney went to North Carolina State. He was a pitcher, but there were a lot of great athletes that I felt they got overlooked because, people don't see North Dakota or Montana as a huge athletic state.
No, they don't. If you're just tuning in, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the internet. It's the Coach's Corner Sports Network. I'm interviewing the new WSAV sports director, Joey Lamar. He's been here for at least 3.5 months. All right, so you've been here in Savannah, Georgia. Tell us about the feel of what the sports are like here. I mean, you got the Bananas, you got the semi-pro Falcons, you got the Savannah Clovers, you got all the high school sports, you got colleges. So tell us about the sports atmosphere for you here so far in Savannah, Georgia.
The sports atmosphere is pretty amazing. The one thing that I didn't realize about this area, because you got to remember, like, for TV, we just don't cover Savannah. We cover South Carolina too. So we cover the Hilton Head area. I didn't realize how big golf was. Like, I mean, obviously I knew we covered Heritage, right? And that's a big deal, but there are like so many, because of Heritage, there's so many tournaments that want to come to just the area around Hilton Head. Like, we covered the Darius Rucker Invitational out at Long Cove. I mean, and that's just a beautiful golf course too. Like, that could be a PGA golf course if they wanted it to. It's just so beautiful. Then this week, the Big East Men's Championship is out in Hardeeville. The Women's Championship was last week. And then you got Club Car, which is right here in Savannah. And so, yeah, the golf is really big here. And so I didn't really realize that. I'm not complaining because I love to play golf. Golf doesn't really love me, but I love it. Yeah. And then the high school basketball here is phenomenal. I mean, I still think about that Beach Johnson game that was at Johnson, and it was standing room only, and there were 300 people outside waiting to get in that didn't get in. One lady told me that the tickets were gone. She scalped tickets for $40 and still wasn't able to get in. And I'm like, tickets are going for $40 at this game. And after seeing the game, like, I would have paid $50. Like, I mean, it was the best. I mean, those just weren't two of the best teams in the region. They were two of the best teams in the state. I mean, you're talking about Hughie, Leach, Baker, Malachi. I mean, absolutely outstanding basketball. Absolutely outstanding basketball.
I mean, you grew up, you played high school football, you played high school baseball. But I mean, outside of Savannah, football is king here in the state of Georgia. But when you come to Savannah, Georgia, it's basketball. I mean, Benedictine, Savannah Christian, Calvary, Country, they're all making names for themselves. They're bringing the football up to the level of the rest of the state. But I've been here since 1995. Basketball's been king since the day I arrived here, and they just play above the rim. And even the girls' basketball is really exciting. All right, so if somebody has a story, somebody wants to get in touch with you, what's the best way to get in touch with Joey Lamar and that WSAV sports department?
Oh, I mean, just send us an email, give us a call. We love telling stories. We absolutely love telling stories. And we're here to serve you. So we're always looking for a good story. Always. Yeah, just email us. Quick
question: favorite food right now since you've been in Savannah? Food stop, food restaurant.
There's a rib place. I love ribs. I'm not supposed to eat as much as I do, but there's a rib place, and I hope this isn't offensive, but it's a hole in the wall. I don't know if that's offensive or not, but it's a hole in the wall. So it's going to be good. And it's like, there's always a line. I think it's called Harry's or something, or I can't remember, or Rick's.
Right.
But I know exactly where it is, but the ribs there, like, so good. Like, it's worth the wait. Like, I always get a slab, like a full slab. So that's where I love to go eat. I mean, but I've been to other great restaurants. Like B. Matthews is really good. The Ordinary Pub downtown River Street is really good. Ardsley Station has really, really good food. So I mean, yeah, the eating here is, it's top notch food here for real.
We got a couple of comments before we get out of here. Anthony Dooley Bryan, Zafon used to be a flyer from Atlanta to Florida, but we're taking over the state.
Yeah.
And then he's going to have his son give you a call. I don't know if you met Zaquan Bryant, who's headed out to the University of Minnesota, one of the best football players that's going to be coming out of here, Savannah, Georgia. So you got people watching you, buddy, and they're going to get in touch with you.
All right. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, enjoy today. I mean, you got baseball at Savannah Christian, you got lacrosse at BC. I don't know how you're going to be in two spots at once because one's at 1 o'clock, one's at 3 o'clock, doubleheader. But I know you guys find a way of getting all over the place. Enjoy it. And you got your right-hand man over there, Corey Howard. He'll be out there helping you too. But I appreciate you coming on and getting up early on a Saturday morning. I
appreciate it. And I got to say, Corey has been such a big help in my transition here. He's been absolutely amazing. And I couldn't do this job without his help. So I want to thank him personally on the air to say what a great job he's been doing and helping me out. Hey, anytime you need something, I can got a lot of connections too there, buddy. All right. Thanks, Carl. Maybe I'll let you meet my cousin Vinny or my Uncle Joey. No, I'm only joking. You spent some time there in New York, so you know what it's like. Yeah. All right, Joey, have a good one. Appreciate it. All right. Thank you. I mean, another young guy here in the SAV, hitting the trails, on the fields, on the track. So WSAV, new sports director, Joey Lamar. Thanks that he can come on and talk about it, especially early on a Saturday morning, because those guys don't keep bankers hours, 9 to 5. I mean, it's like from 12 noon to 12 midnight sometimes, or even later for those guys. But once again, WSAV, they're on your side. Check it out. The WSA Blitz Friday night football game of the week. Hopefully that'll be going on strong too. Check it out. Next up, I got to go try and find my Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from Memorial Day School, Zsolt Boros, because right before the show went on, everything glitched. So I had to set up the whole show, had to send a new link. So let me find him. I'll be back hopefully in 3 minutes with my man from Memorial Day School, the Georgia Independent Athletic League Player of the Year, foreign exchange student over at Memorial Day School, Zsolt Boros. Be right back, hopefully in 3 minutes. All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia, because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why. There's always sports, live music in the Soundgarden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV, because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991, is always open for dine-in service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. That's right. John Henderson, love the man. Adele Henderson, I got to thank him since March of 2020. They let me do this show from the back there in the Soundgarden Stage. Had a couple of stops before I got there, but you know what? Lawrence Bennett, just unbelievable guy, the OG, the man behind the whole thing, produces Rubbin' and Grubbin' or any special shows at Coaches. It's a family affair over there. You got to love those guys. All right. So before the show started, about 8:55, I don't know what happened, but the whole platform crashed. So I had to get over and start all over again, load everything up, and kicked off about 9:05. And I was a little worried here because this next young man is, not from the United States, but he's like any probably other teenager. He's probably social media savvy, and he knew what he had to do. But, I mean, Memorial Day School had an unbelievable year this year with their basketball program. Their basketball program made a run. They won the Georgia Independent Athletic Association Class A championship in basketball. Dale Mock, Georgia, ex-Georgia basketball player himself, University of Georgia, went over there, took over the program, and it was just a lot of fun watching those guys make this run. Well, they had a couple of foreign exchange students, and this next young guy, 5,000 miles away from his home in Slovakia, okay? He's at Memorial Day School. He's 6'1", can play the game. He averaged like 14 points a game, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. Memorial Day went 21-4. Then recently signed a scholarship to go play basketball, stay here in the United States at Bruton Parker. So joining me on the Coach's Corner hot seat, this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from Memorial Day School, I guess via Slovakia. I can't pronounce his hometown. We'll let him do that. But he's joining us right now, and that's, of course, Zsolt Boros. Zsolt, thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, you know what, kid? You had a great year. I got to watch you play a couple of times from the stands. You know the game. You've been playing the game, and you're over here in the United States. But once again, Georgia Independent Athletic Association Class A Player of the Year. 2 kids from Savannah, Players of the Year. But just a great job. Congratulations on your success this year on that basketball season.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So tell us about Zsolt Boros. 5,000 miles away. I can't pronounce your hometown, okay, because I'll butcher it.
It's all right.
So tell everybody how old you are and, what it means to be here to play basketball in the United States.
So my name is Zsolt Boros. I'm 18 years old. I'm from Slovakia, but I'm Hungarian. I'm from a very small village. And playing here basketball, it's amazing. I'm very grateful for this opportunity that I was able to come here and see and experience so much. So it definitely shaped me as a person and as a basketball player.
All right. Well, help me pronounce that little town there in Slovakia's name.
Since there is a minority, a Hungarian minority in Slovakia, the little village that I'm from has two names, like as in Hungarian and in Slovakian. I will tell you the Hungarian name. It's spelled Tallos, Tallos.
Oh, that's good, Tallos. But the one online, it had The one online had like 15 different
Yeah,
letters in
yeah.
it. So.
That's that's the Tomashiko. That's in Slovak.
Nice. So,
Yeah.
when did you start playing hoops? When did you pick up the basketball? And I mean, what's it like playing basketball in your home country?
I first started playing basketball, I believe, when I was 7. My father introduced me into this sport. He played also till he was 18. It was different. I feel like the skill level and I feel like that kids here like basketball is in their blood. That there are a lot more talented players here than back in Slovakia. So I mean I feel like it's a lot more competitive here in the US. And I mean I enjoyed basketball there too. Like since my first ever coach was a American. He lives here in Myrtle Beach in South Carolina, so he's close to me, and he was my first ever coach. So I had some experience over there too of American basketball, but it definitely was different, like competitive wise. Like my team, what I played for was the best team in Slovakia, so we beat everybody by 30, 40. So it wasn't very competitive. But here it was a lot. It's like I was able to experience so many levels of basketball. I was able to experience also like a public school basketball, and that was also something that I haven't experienced before. And it also like kind of gave me a insight how it's going here in the US. So it was definitely something that I'm grateful for.
So as far as basketball goes, I mean, 14 points a game, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. If I had to talk to Coach Mock, okay, and ask him what your best skill is, what is your best basketball skill? What would he tell me?
I believe that I'm a complete player that I can shoot from the 3-point line. I can shoot from mid range. I can also penetrate, finish it myself, or find the open man, my teammate, and pass it out to him, or create. Like I feel like that that I can do all these things. I need to be consistent and ready to show up and show all these kind of things. But I feel like that my aggressivity really that I really want to win. I really like to compete. That have those like competition between player and player. That I like. For example, I'm a point guard. I see another point guard. Like I want to win that from competition, so I can help the team as much as I can.
Nice.
Maybe that.
If you're just tuning in, I'm at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, Athlete of the Week of the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. I'm talking to Memorial Day School foreign exchange student, the Georgia Independent Athletic Association Class 8 Player of the Year. That's Zsolt Boros. He's from Slovakia, Hungary. He'll give me the right place he's from. But all right, so you come to Savannah, Georgia. You're at Memorial Day School. I mean, this was a special team, special season. How did you feel playing on this team this year?
It felt amazing. Like the players were very friendly, very accommodating from the start. So I was very happy that I was able to play with them and meet them. It was a very special group because of that we were able to build such a chemistry in such a short time that everybody knew our goal in a team, that we fought for that one goal together, and that thank God we were able to accomplish that we will never forget in our life. I feel
nice. Then on top of it, when they told you that you were the Player of the Year, what was that like?
Oh, it was amazing. I felt honored. Like it always feels very good when you are recognized, and especially like if you think about my perspective, like a simple kid from a very small village from Slovakia and come here to the birthplace of basketball in the US and like kind of like be able to accomplish like that kind of individual thing, let's say like the biggest award in single A, but still it's in my eyes it's even bigger since I'm from this is my first experience in the US, and I was able to accomplish that. So I'm very grateful for that. So that makes it even bigger, I feel like.
Nice. You already compared playing in Slovakia and playing in the US. Has anything surprised you about American culture that's different than the Slovakian culture?
It's definitely different. The first couple of months were hard for me to adjust, just because, like I mentioned before, that I'm from a small village, and I wasn't really used to today's very busy, very fast lifestyle. So that was the one thing. The fast food lanes, the there's in every corner is a fast food restaurant and all that. It's not really what it's like in Slovakia. Probably that. But by the the people here were very nice. So I mean, there wasn't a problem. Everybody was very accepting and good people.
All right. So now let's talk about school. Okay. Teachers, administration, coaches at Memorial Day School. What's the difference between the school here or the educational process here versus at home?
At first, it was hard to adjust since the structure of the system was different. Since here, like every single day, you have the same schedule. Back home, every day you have different, and you had like variabilities in the day and all that. And it was kind of shorter also back home. That here you stay at school till 3. Back home, it was shorter. But the school wise, my school was a little bigger. This school is a small school, Memorial. It's a family environment. I really like that every single day you see the same people over and over, and that makes since from that you are able to build up even deeper connections or deeper friendships. And the teachers, the administrators are also very friendly, very helpful, and always there for you if you need anything, like even in school, but even outside in life. Since I'm here and I don't have my family here with me, I have a great host family, and also the teachers there are there for you, and everything you need, they're gonna help you. So that's what it's
Nice.
like in the Memorial.
All right, we're coming down to
great.
the end here of the interview with our Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete, foreign exchange student, player of the year for Georgia Independent Athletic Association Class A, Zsolt Boros. Tell us about Coach Mock. How did you like his coaching style?
To be honest, it was a little different, but I really saw that he's caring and he cares for his players. Like if he saw that you have a purpose, a deeper purpose with basketball, that he is there for you. He will open the gym. He will let you stay there. He will provide you tips or anyhow and thoughts about how to improve your game. And he's a winner. He has a winner spirit. He want to win. So he believed in their players, and that's what we need. That really he believed in us, and he saw the potential in the team, that we have the potential to win, to accomplish something big this season.
Well, with all your success this year and what's going on here, you found out you got a scholarship to go to Bruton Parker. So why Bruton Parker? I mean, it's out there in the middle of nowhere. It's going to be like a small town there. You know that.
Yeah. It wasn't a big, they say that it's small, but I saw back home it's compare. I kind of compare that kind of college what we have, like the stuff that they have there, it's a lot more advanced than what we have in Slovakia. So it's already a great place for me, and that was my only offer, to be honest. I had some interest from different kind of school, but it never got to a point to be something more serious. And besides that, when I went there twice. The coach was very like he said that I felt like he's like a kind of it sounds kind of funny, but like a father figure, that he gonna be there for you and help you with everything that, and especially in my situation that I'm away from my family, like also the mentor part of the everyday life that that he will be there for you, and I will be able to talk to somebody about also like about life or about some like deeper stuff or something. That I'm glad that he was like that, and he take cares about the players, and that's what's great to see.
All right, quickly, couple of fun questions. I want to get you feeling about this, okay? All right, so you find a genie bottle, okay, and you get a free wish. What would that be?
Only one?
Only one?
Only one, all right.
Let's go. You have three. Let's see what your three wishes will be.
Oh, three? All right. So I was raised in a very how you say it? Never mind. In a Catholic family. So I really like in front of me I see this kind of values that I was thinking about it a little bit more, that I really wanna that I really feel like my first wish would be that Jesus' second coming to as many people would get to heaven as it can be. So that's my first one. The second one I would give $1 million to Memorial Day School, and and the third one I would like to speak all the languages in the world.
Nice.
That's
all right. You've been here in America now for almost a year. You love the fast food. Okay, so you're in charge of a lunch menu at Memorial Day School. What would that lunch menu be?
I always tell you that my favorite food is burger steak with rice and gravy. Hamburger steak with rice and gravy. That's my favorite.
Nice. We call that Salisbury steak. So that's what it's called. All right. What's your favorite thing about the United States so far?
My favorite is how people approach sports, how the atmosphere around sport, that they really go out and support you. That also, since they are like school teams, but we don't have back home, we have clubs. It's like also the people that you see every day, they come there, and it's also like extra support, extra something that gives you like that plus to be able to even compete even more, like in a higher level. That's what I really enjoyed here.
All right, and the last one, why should someone go visit Slovakia?
It's like, since the culture is very different, you would see a lot of different kind of stuff. The food, the people there, that what kind of values they present, and the environment is super nice. I really recommend to come to see Slovakia. It's a very nice nation.
All right. Final question. Kyle Lawson's waiting in my green room, so I got to get my next guest on. Last question. All right. So you're at Bruton Parker, college career. What do you want to do after you finish college?
That's also a great question. I don't really think about that far ahead in future. I really wanna enjoy that year in Bruton Parker, and every single time I have a basketball in my hand, I truly want to enjoy it. That if someone sees me in the stands, that this player truly enjoys basketball, that's what I wanna have them to feel about me when they see me play. So that's really want to enjoy it and have fun with basketball.
Enjoy the experience. All right, yeah. Zsolt, well, I appreciate you coming on, and I'm glad everything worked out.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the state championship and being the player of the year. You deserve it, and look forward to seeing what you can do with Bruton Parker. I'll give you a little inside track. My nephew, my brother's son, plays baseball there. So when you get there, look up DeMasi. He's on the baseball team, and I'll tell him to make sure he shows you the ropes.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, good luck, and hopefully I can meet you in person.
Thank you. Oh, I hope too. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
I mean, you're 5,000 miles away from home. You're a foreign exchange student. You're playing high school basketball in Georgia, Savannah, Georgia. And yes, they played public schools, whole different level, as he said at the beginning. And then you get, selected as the Georgia Independent Athletic Association Class A Player of the Year, and you get a scholarship to go play at Bruton Parker. Just a special year for that young man over there at Memorial Day School. And Memorial Day School brings in some excellent foreign exchange students. And, you got to love what they're doing over there. Tyler Hemley, the AD, Mark Sussman, the man that's been there forever, the PR, Dale Mock, coaching the sports. It's just something special. Congratulations once again to this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week, Zsolt Boros from Slovakia. Well, another guy from Mars, okay, but really he's from Chicago. He's up there in Cubby land. He's a diehard Cubs fan. Still haven't got him to go to the Brave side yet, but he knows his baseball. We got to get going now that I feel a lot more healthy with the Who's on First Base Baseball podcast, but he's also the voice of the Savannah Clovers. The man loves announcing, and he does a great job with it. The baseball fanatic will be joining me in 3 minutes. Kyle Lawson on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Be back in 3 minutes with the baseball fanatic. You don't want to miss this guy. He's just got a plethora of knowledge. All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia, because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why. There's always sports, live music in the Soundgarden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV, because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991. Is always open for dine-in service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. Come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And it's Play Ball on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Thank you for joining me. April 29th, 2023. The coach is back on the internet, feeling a hell of a lot better. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to say the curse. Feeling a heck of a lot better. Okay, and it's always fun talking sports here in Savannah, Georgia. And my last guest, we've been doing it for it's got to be going on 6 years. I don't know how it is. Hold it. He's got 7 fingers up on 7 years. Okay. And I got under the weather. Baseball season was supposed to start, or did start March 30th, but it wasn't going to wait for the coach. And we never got to kick off the Who's on First Base Baseball podcast. But we will be doing that in the next couple of weeks. Just got to get our date straight. You know, the man went and got married, and now he's the Savannah Clovers play-by-play guy. So I've been sick and injured. He's been busy, so taking care of life. But joining me on the Coach's Corner hot seat, talking some baseball with the baseball fanatic himself from the Who's on First Base Baseball podcast, and talking Savannah Clovers tonight. And that's, of course, the fanatic, Kyle Lawson. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Coach. Long time no see. How you been?
Hey, you know, I'm feeling a heck of a lot better. 2 surgeries in 10 days, and couldn't get out of the couch, couldn't get out of the chair. But now I'm walking around. I feel good. So, you know, it's great to be back, and we got to get our podcast going because the man at Coach's Corner is waiting for us to do our show.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. But first of all, congratulations. Married.
Yeah. Appreciate that. Yeah. So far, so good. Still got the ring on. Yeah. Life's really good. Yeah. I'm glad to see you and Dee were able to make it. It was a great day. And yeah, I feel like half of Savannah turned out for that one.
Well, you know, Angela's a beautiful young girl, and I just hope she can put up a Cubby fan. Even though I had to tell you, I know you don't want to hear this, I root for the Dodgers a little more than I root for the Cubbies because the Dodgers have been part of my family. You know, my grandma would always tell me, hey, Carl, you got to wait till next year's. Those bums will be a lot better. But, you know.
Yeah, I hear you. And but, yeah, she's a big Dodger fan, but the Cubbies are her second team, and that's all I ask.
So, but it's been a lot of fun, but we got to get the podcast going. But anyway, talking about, first of all, let's talk locally. You're the Savannah Clovers golden voice. So tell us about how you got this gig and how people can hear you on the internet.
Well, Coach, it's actually been a lot of fun. It's been a long time coming. It's amazing. The Savannah Clovers went from being a local Savannah Parkside Sunday League men's team just a mere few years ago, 2016, they're playing in the Savannah Sunday League. And in a few short years, we went from being amateur, semi-professional for 2 seasons. And now we were accepted into NISA, which is the 3rd tier of American professional soccer, National Independent Soccer Association. And we're in our expansion season right now. We're playing at Memorial Stadium. We got a big game tonight. And it's been amazing, and it's a testament to everybody involved. Brian Sykes, I know that the chief community officer, and Jeff Tifo, Shane Fogato, a lot of great people involved. And that's just, it's amazing. And you don't see this go from grassroots to a club, to go from a grassroots level to being a professional club that quickly. You just don't see it.
It started in 2016. I had Brian on last week, and it's just amazing that him and that group of guys have, you know, flourished. I mean, the fruition of their hard work to get to where they are, it's just something special. And but you were the stadium announcer. How did you get online?
Well, so I started off just doing the PA just as a volunteer. I mean, we were still doing our radio stuff, you know, over at ESPN at that time. And I just said, hey, I love the game. I grew up playing. I've been a huge fan of, you know, the global game for as long as I can remember. And once we got the chance to move over to Memorial Stadium, they have a great facility. I was able to get up in that booth, and I was really just doing it as practice. Really, we were filming it, but we didn't really have it available to stream. Now we have a streaming platform as a part of being in NISA. It's 11sports.com. Though the word 11sports.com. You can go there, watch every NISA game, watch replays. You can hear me doing the play-by-play. I'll be doing that tonight. All the games are free. You can stream from wherever you want, and it's really great. It's a great way to watch, and it's really easy.
Nice. So, I mean, you know, what's so exciting about doing this now? I mean, you got, you know, play-by-play, I mean, it takes a lot. I mean, it's a lot harder on the radio because you got to paint the picture. So tell us about your expertise about doing this on the internet.
Well, I mean, I know the game. I played it. I know these guys really well. We have a really good young side. We have some players really from all over the world, but they're all U.S. based. And we were able to really get to know them in the months leading up here. We had some meet and greets and things like that. But really, I mean, it's just having the information. I mean, match day, I'll speak with Coach David Proctor a little bit later today. We usually do, 5-10 minutes, just find out about how the side's doing, and I'll talk to him when I get to the stadium. But it's preparation. It's like, what we do, when we've always done our podcasts or anytime I've ever, hosted a radio show. But it's a little bit different, obviously, just painting the picture. And I always knew I could do this. And I love doing it now that we're a professional club because it's, I believe in what they're doing over there. And I love that I'm a part of it. And, just we're playing some really high level teams. We're playing Gold Star Detroit tonight. And it's just a lot of fun. I enjoy it. And it's not really work for me.
So, okay, so you're playing Gold Star tonight. You lost 1-0 last time you played them, right?
We did. This is actually a rematch, and this was a cold game a few weeks ago. It was just we had some unseasonably cool weather. I'm out there getting rained on after the game, talking to goalkeeper Jack Pondy, and that was a game that really could have gone either way because the field was absolutely soaked. They were able to tap in, a game winner, and really wasn't a whole lot we could do about it. We had some chances, but we have some tape on these guys now. They're very fast. They have a deep bench. They have some players that have played together for a number of years. But the Clovers right now, we picked up our first win 2 weeks ago. We're on the road down in Daytona against Club de Leon. And Zach Bunting was able to head in a goal in the 85th minute to give the Clovers their first professional win. Right now, we're even. It's 1-1-1.
Yeah.
And we got a real good chance to take 3 points tonight at Memorial.
Hold on 1 second, sir. Okay. So the door blew open, so I don't want to, get the noise from the outside arena, you know what I mean? So
I hear you.
Still haven't heard the puppy, so maybe you let her out, eh?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Penny's upstairs with Angela, so yeah, she's good. Yeah.
All right. Last question about Savannah Clovers. You have a local kid there that I finally realized that the kid was outstanding because he went to the school at Islands High School. Alex Woods.
Yes, he did.
I mean, he was the player of the year for the Savannah Morning News. A lot of talent. Went off to college, but he came back and convinced you guys to let him play.
Yeah, and he was a part of the local tryouts, and I was so excited that we'd have somebody from the Low Country, from Savannah, able to play. And I have some friends, a good friend of mine, Don Bristow, who does commentary with me, actually coached Alex a little bit at the club level. And we have two local players. We got Alex Woods and we got Sonny Quintanilla that played Savannah Prep Sports and made their professional debut. These players, I mean, they're very young. This is a very young side. We have players ranging from 17 all the way to 25. And so that easily makes us one of the youngest sides. But yeah, Alex, really talented, unbelievably fast. And I love that he's now played 3 professional matches at such a young age.
Nice. All right, if you're just tuning in, it's the coach and the baseball fanatic right here on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, talking Savannah Clovers tonight, 7 o'clock. It's student night, and they're going to honor the Teacher of the Year. So you got to get out there and check it out. It's going to be a packed house, and it should be a lot of fun. So get out there and check it out because, the live is better than watching the stream. No, I'm only joking with you there, Kyle. But anyway, he'll be there up in the booth calling the game too. So for the Savannah Clovers. All right, let's turn that hat around. You already got it on. I know. You got your shirt on. Like I told you, he's a diehard Cubs fan. I have tended to be here a little longer than him, so I've sort of turned towards being a Braves fan. I'm still a Yankee fan, okay? So, but anyway, we got to get back and start doing our podcast. People are asking where it's at. Well, I was under the weather. It's not his fault. He had to go get married too, so I had to give him a little breather.
We had some things.
But, it's a lot of fun, and this year's been kind of crazy for the Braves. They're in first place, but once again, like I said on the internet, it's the bullpen that they're having problems with there, buddy. So give us your breakdown of what the Braves have done so far. They're 18-9. They're in first place. They beat the Mets 4-0. They got a 3-game lead. So we are in Savannah, Georgia. You got to give me your Braves expertise first before we talk about, I know the Cubbies are playing very well this year.
Well, I mean, it's been an interesting season overall, especially with some rule changes. I personally like a lot of the rule changes. I think the pitch clock's fantastic. You're seeing more action. You're not seeing anybody take a play off. And I think pretty much most of the players have embraced that. But I mean, if we're looking at the Braves right now, really talented club, not really that big of a surprise in a really tough division. You see the Mets going out splashing cash all over the place. But the Braves continue to play good ball. They got that, rain-shortened game last night in Queens. Thank goodness Matt Olson was able to hit a 3-run job. They score all 4 runs in a rained-out game, rained out in the 5th inning. So they get to take home the victory there. The bullpen is really my only source of concern. You got a team that can pitch, that can hit. Spencer Strider, unbelievable pitcher, and I absolutely it's appointment TV whenever he pitches. Matt Olson and Ozzie Albies, everybody. I mean, this is a great team. I mean, I don't have to name you all the players on the Braves. It's basically the same team they had from last year, and of course, you're getting some great depth from Eddie Rosario too. I don't know really what the answer is if they have something internally right now to adjust what's happened in the bullpen, because they're 5-5 in their last 10, but they got up to that jackrabbit start and they're still able to have a 3-game lead. It's too early really to look at the standings. I don't even look at the standings until Labor Day. You look at
Labor Day.
Labor Day. Excuse me, Memorial Day.
Okay,
I'm losing it.
You get me scared there, buddy.
No, Labor Day, you really should be looking at the standings. No, but what I mean is there's some things you're going to have to figure out internally to fix that bullpen. I mean, I don't know what your thoughts are. Do you have any immediate solutions? I mean, I don't think they're going to hit the panic button quite yet.
What kills me is, why do you let Jansen go? Why do you let your closer go? Why? I just don't understand the Braves brash, what they're thinking about. I mean, AJ Minter, great setup guy, but he's not a finisher, and and that's what the Braves do every year. They wait till the trade deadline to bring in a finisher. I mean, this is what bothered me the most. I mean, they're leading after 6 innings. They've blown like four games, so it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's frustrating, and I mean, I know Brian Snitker's going to be looking for really internal answers. I mean, I really don't know what that is right now, but I do agree. Minter is not a closer. He's a great 7th, 8th inning guy. He's a stopper. That's his job. But right now, I don't know who your number 9 is right now. I mean, I'm dealing with it with the Cubs right now. There's a lot of teams out there that don't have that definitive 9th inning guy right now. But top to bottom, the Braves are an excellent ball club right now. There's no reason to worry.
I know. We say this everywhere. We tell the Braves
we
fans
do. And we try, just get off the ledge, enjoy the ride. Remember that second half, 2021? Right. Yeah, that worked out pretty good.
Yeah, but you got to make sure you come up with the closer, and that's the Braves. The Braves bullpen over the last 4 or 5 years has always been the biggest question as far as how far they go. I mean, Jesse Chavez. I mean, he's not a finisher, but you got nobody else in that bullpen that is.
Yeah.
So, all right, I got one guy that you left out on here that you didn't do it on purpose. It's just you were throwing out all these names, but I'm telling you right now, the biggest addition for me is the Murph.
Oh,
Sean Murphy.
Great catcher. And I mean, you win. I mean, they're just everybody in Major League Baseball going out and pilfering from the Oakland A's, as they are currently known. But when they made that trade, I mean, and they traded some big pieces. You give away Kyle Muller, and you got Shea Langoliers that were in the system for a number of years, for some of the top prospects. And I know we talked about him several years ago. We traded for Sean Murphy, who they clearly were not going to pay. He's an unbelievable defensive catcher with some thump in that bat. Yeah.
He leads.
I love that trade.
My note that I came up with, he leads all qualified catchers in extra base hits. All.
Yeah. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt it for a second. He's gotten off to a great start. He calls a great game. He is great for that rotation. Strider said it. He loves throwing to Murph.
You know, and I know it. I mean, your catcher should have some outstanding, or should be a hitter, but the guy behind the plate, baseball teams, are made up through the middle. Okay. The catcher, the pitcher, the second baseman, the shortstop, and the center fielder. Okay. And when you have a catcher that's so good defensively, but he can also hit the ball, you got something special. I thought they were crazy when they let Contreras go last year. I figured, what are you going to go with Darno the whole year? And they bring in Murphy. I mean, of course, I know you're a little more on top of this than I am. I don't know what's going on the left coast. I mean, the West Coast. So Murphy was not even in. I didn't even know the guy until they brought him in.
Well, and that's true. I mean, because how many people, especially on the East Coast, are staying up late to watch Oakland A's baseball? They're not. No, I'm not. And they're moving to Las Vegas. You wait for that. They're getting out of that stadium of theirs. And but that's just it. Huh? Oh, yeah, it's unfortunate, but I mean, hey, that's not why you called. But I mean, you look at the guys that were on that team a couple of years ago. You got Matt Chapman goes to Toronto. Matt Olson, he's a Brave. Sean Murphy, he's a Brave. I mean, big pieces. You got your corner infielders and your catcher. Bye-bye. They're not going to pay him. And I mean, it's benefited the Braves, but I've always liked watching Murphy play. I mean, even when I'm just watching MLB highlights, that's pretty much the only time I got to see him play, because I'm not staying up until 11 o'clock to watch Oakland A's baseball.
Unless the Cubbies are out there.
That's the only reason, and I've done that already this year.
I know. You and Angela must have stayed up late a couple of times last week when the Cubs were out in LA land.
Well, I did anyway. She gets nervous when the Dodgers are playing.
All right, wrapping this up with the baseball fanatic, my cohort. He's the analyst. I'm just the guy that eggs him on, okay? Who's on First Base Baseball Podcast. There's one thing I got to tell you about the rules. I love the rules. Like you said, I'm an old guy. I grew up when baseball games were 2.5 hours, okay? Then that went to 3.5 hours. Now they're back down to about 3 hours, 2:45, 3 hours. The one rule I don't like is not allowing teams to shift. Now, hear me out. Okay? It's baseball. There should be no rule where you're allowed to put your defensive players. The thing that bothers me the most is Major League Baseball wants offensive output. People want to watch 9-8 games. You and me, we'll love to watch a 1-0 game. But the problem with baseball over the last 10, 15 years is the hitters, the batting coaches do not teach the young player how to go the other way. And that has always been a skill that I taught as a baseball coach. You have to take what the team is giving you, okay? You have to learn to put the ball where the other team is not, okay? Ted Williams, Tony Gwynn, Rod Carew, Wade Boggs, the greatest hitters in the game knew where to put the ball because they worked on that craft of hitting the ball the other way. And that's the problem with baseball. We're so interested in launch angles. We're so interested in home runs instead of playing the game where it's supposed to be. Hit the ball where they ain't. And that's the biggest problem I got with Major League Baseball's new rules is that teams cannot shift. I don't know how you feel about that.
I'm okay with limiting the shift to a degree. And the thing is, it's not like everybody is stationary. You just can't camp in the grass in the middle of right field like the players have been doing. I get having a defensive strategy. There still is a defensive strategy, but it's just not as overt as it has been. And, I mean, I still see players that are able to go the other way. If you're truly a good hitter, you can't do that. But I do feel like, yeah, there is a little bit of that skill is lost on players today, but you still see it. And I mean, I've seen base hits that I always thought were base hits that are happening again.
Right.
And I mean, I see players that are benefiting from that. I'm okay with it. It really doesn't bother me that much. It hasn't, as a fan, it hasn't interrupted my enjoyment of watching the game.
No, it's not going to interrupt my enjoyment of watching the game. But baseball is a game of strategy. Okay.
Right.
As Yogi Berra said, it's 80% physical, 40% mental. Okay. And that's the problem. Mentally, I mean, I know I'm a lot older than you. Okay. I got 20, 30 years on you or 25 years on you. Okay. But I can remember Yankee spring training camp. They brought in Phil Rizzuto, the scooter, to teach the players the skill of bunting.
Holy cow.
We know in banana ball, bunting sucks, but teach the skill of bunting. I mean, if they're shifting everybody to the left side, okay, or to the right side, bunt the ball where you got a third baseman on the left side of the field. You got a second baseman on, bunt the ball. But this is the stuff that baseball is losing. The mental aspect of the game. It's a thinking man's game. And that's the problem with baseball as far as I see it. And yes, they need to make it more fun. They need to make it a little less time consuming. The pitches, throwing the ball. I mean, it's the greatest thing. I mean, banana ball is based on getting the ball to the plate right away. So, I mean, I don't think I'll ever see Major League Baseball as banana ball, but I'm just saying little things that need to be done. And they need to get those fans in the stands. And Major League Baseball is finally learning, but I mean, I went off of my soapbox. Okay, I'm done. I don't like the shift. Okay, so I don't like if I was the coach and I was told I couldn't use the shift, I'd have a hard time with it. But anyway, all right, quickly wrapping this up. Any insight on Major League Baseball besides the rules or the Braves? Anybody surprising you?
Well, I mean, it's early, and like I said, don't look at the standings until after Memorial Day. I almost said Labor Day again. I thought about it, but I think probably the biggest story, and I don't put a lot of credence into it, even though it is fun because it's a great baseball city. Pittsburgh Pirates are off to an 18-8 start.
Yep.
How
about
in the National League? And I was about to say I'll get there. And over in the American League, you get the Rays. They got off to that insane start.
Rays.
I know you're going to say Devil Rays till you die, and that's fine. I've still got the inaugural pennant from 1998. I've still got it. But the Rays, as they're currently called, it's funny. It's hard to name half of that roster. Unbelievably talented roster, but unless you're a true Rays fan, I defy anybody to name me more than 5 players on that team.
I couldn't.
But yeah. And but I mean, and I'll say over in the National League, it's fun seeing Pittsburgh doing their thing. Brian Reynolds just got paid a big contract. He'll be a Pirate for the rest of his career, and it's fun to see how they're doing, even without O'Neal Cruz, who's going to be out for the season with his injury. But I don't think it's sustainable. But it is a fun story. So right now, I mean, that's just kind of where I'm at. I'm just trying to feel out where all these teams are, and that's the beauty of baseball early on. We got 140 more games to play.
And I did some I didn't do much, but I was looking like JB Wendelken. He's playing over in Japan. You know that?
Yeah, he headed over, and I can't remember top of my head what club is he playing for in NPB.
I don't know. I don't remember either. I just tried to find some local players playing the Major League Baseball, and he was the only one that came to my mind. I don't know. Do we have any other Savannah area guys playing LB? Josh Reddick retired. JB Wendelken's over in Japan.
Not really as of right now. It's kind of strange. We had a few kind of South Georgia guys that are either playing in the show or kind of on the peripheral in the minor leagues. But yeah, I know JB, he headed over. I definitely want to. I didn't see anything about him heading over there, but I mean, Japanese baseball, that's one of the top leagues in the world, and it's a good springboard to make it back to the show because obviously he had some good years in Oakland. And love to try to see him, get back to the States playing in Major League Baseball. But that's an experience, and that's a really good league.
All right, quick question, trivia question,
sure.
Like we do at the end of every podcast. Okay, trivia question. Name me 5 Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
Okay, let's see. Shane McClanahan, great pitcher. Oh man. I knew it was coming too. Oh boy, I'm just embarrassed now.
Come on.
Oh my gosh, Randy Arozarena. There's 2. Come on, you can do this.
Christian Bethencourt.
Yeah, Christian Bettencourt. Yeah.
Yandy Diaz.
I forgot about him. Obviously, I forgot about the whole team.
The shortstop. Yeah. Come on. I'm going to jog your memory. The shortstop. Wanda.
Oh, Wander Franco. Yeah.
So you're not going to remember the catcher. He's not playing much this year, but he came in with my boy Dom. Okay. So we got to go with Francisco Mejia.
Oh, okay. All right. See, man, you got me good on that. I knew I'd only get.
I'll tell you right now. That's the only player I knew on a Tampa Bay Rays before I gave you that question was Francisco Mejia because I follow the guys that Dom came in with. So
yeah,
a lot of fun. All right, wrapping it up this quickly, short last one because we always touch on it. How you liking the Savannah Bananas in their world tour?
Man, they're all over the place. They made their first trip out to Texas, had a lot of fun out there. They're in Tampa. I believe they're playing a Challenger game tonight.
Hold on. I thought they would. That's next week. I know they're going out to Kansas.
Is that
City.
next week? Okay, they're going to go out. Yeah, play the T-Bones, right? Or play the Monarchs. Challenger game.
Yeah, and they have 3 games. Right now the party animals are like 13-9-2 against the Bananas. So, but those teams, Jesse Cole did the right thing. He made those teams. If you ask me, he made those teams fairly even. So it wasn't going to be Bananas like the Harlem Globetrotters would never lose. So
they'd never come on. He's standing on a ladder against the Washington Generals.
You're right, exactly. So, but so this week, they're in George Steinbrenner Stadium, the home of the spring training facility for the Yankees. They're playing just the party animals. Next week they go out to Kansas City and they take on the Monarchs. 3 challenge games now. They've played 3 challenge games. They beat this is a long one. The Major League Baseball Players Alumni Association. And,
that was an interesting one. Yeah,
they split with the Charleston, West Virginia Dirty Birds last week.
The Dirty Birds, yeah.
The Dirty Birds. So pretty special. Okay, so you let me know when you're ready to go. I'll let you know when I'm ready to go. We got to bring back, of course, the Who's on First Base Baseball podcast because it's all part of what there, Kyle?
Oh, it's part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network.
The man doesn't forget a thing. So, but I appreciate it. Have fun tonight. Tell people about tonight all over again, where you're going to be at and what you're going to be doing.
All right. Savannah Clovers, NISA, professional soccer right here in Savannah. Come on out to Memorial Stadium. Gates open at 6. Kickoff is at 7. It's student night. Bring a student ID, $5 tickets. You can buy tickets on SavannahClovers.com, or you can get them at the box office tonight at the stadium. And if you're unable to make it to the game, go watch all the Clovers games on 11sports.com. We've got all my commentary, pre and post. Everything's there for you. It's going to be a lot of fun. Get on out to Memorial. We want to pack the place, make it loud, make it tough, and hopefully 3 points against Gold Star Detroit.
All right. I got to be honest with you. I couldn't find you when I was looking at these games trying to watch it because I didn't know I had to go to 11sports.com. I'm glad I learned that today.
Well, hey, they're all there. Yeah, you can. We'll put up the link on social media. But yeah, 11sports.com for all Savannah Clovers matches, home and away.
All right, have a good one. Tell Angela and Penny, go Dodgers, and I'll be talking to you the other week. But we got to get together and set up when we're going to start doing this again. It's a month into the baseball season. We'll start kicking off the Who's on First Base Baseball podcast because you know what? 7 years strong, buddy.
7 years. It's wild. It's unbelievable how quickly time flies, and we're still doing it.
You got it. And just so you know, he's a diehard Cub fan. Bring that ring up closer to the camera. Bring that ring up. Cubby Blue.
That's Cubby Blue. She knows me.
Ernie Banks would love to play 2 with you, buddy.
Great stuff, Coach. Yeah, you too. Tonight. You take care. All right.
Tonight. I'm going to critique
Go Clovers.
you next time. Yeah,
sounds good.
All right, Kyle.
See you, Coach. Goodbye.
Loves his sports, loves soccer, loves baseball, and I'm telling you right now, if he's doing the soccer for the Clovers, he's got a cranial vault that absorbs everything that has to be Savannah Clovers. I don't know if someone kicked him in the head that made this happen to him, but he really does absorb everything. So it's pretty special to watch Kyle Lawson or listen to Kyle Lawson paint the picture of the soccer games and, of course, talk about baseball. All right, next up, got to get out the door. It's been a long one, Lawrence. I know you're listening, Lawrence. I know you want that 2-hour mark, but I don't think I'm going to get there, but I'll get close. First of all, got to thank all the people who've been checking in, okay? So I know I forget about the comments box, and, I'm the producer, I'm the director, I'm the co-host, I'm the host. But once again, got to thank Dennis Kessler when we talked about, beginning of the show, dogs. We know where that big dog went. Nolan Smith went to the Philadelphia Eagles. Mark Sussman checking in. Hope that knee is healing. Coach, you the man. I'm not the man, Mark. You the man, and the kids run the show. The good old coach of the AD, Chad Griffin, came in here Tuesday night with Hebron Christian. They beat Calvary in lacrosse, and he coaches the boys soccer. They beat him in Savannah Country Day in boys soccer. So always love hearing from you, Chad Griffin. We had Anthony Dooley on coming on talking about, Savannah is the place to be. No longer is it a flyover from Atlanta to Florida. Mark Sussman checking in. Yes. Zsolt Boros, the foreign exchange student from Memorial Day School who won the Georgia Independent Athletic Association Player of the Year, Class A Player of the Year. Yes, the kid was phenomenal. Kevin Brown checking in from Georgia Tech. His daughter made my highlight reel, so you got to stay tuned. Yeah, I love you, Kevin Brown. I'm feeling a lot better. Then, of course, we got Mr. Lawrence Bennett checking in, telling me, everybody needs to check out Who's on First Base Baseball podcast. Yes, I'm better. I'm feeling great. Kyle got the wedding out of the way, so we'll be back on 7 years strong. It's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network, and that's the last comment that I left out. So ready to go? 3 minutes. Got to thank the sponsors, and then I got to get out of here. I'm going to take you to the rest of 3 steps in the door. I didn't talk about the college sports or the pro sports. Then we'll do my 3 videos, and then Carl's Corner editorial to take us home. Once again, you're listening to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Karl DeMasi Facebook page, Karl DeMasi Sports Report Facebook page, Coach's Corner Facebook page, the Karl DeMasi YouTube channel, and Karl DeMasi on the Twitter channel at KD Sports Report. Whew, need a break. 3 minutes. Be right back. All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia, because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why. There's always sports, live music in the Soundgarden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV, because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991, is always open for dine-in service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands: Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. Come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, because it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. 4 shows, rubbing and grubbing every Wednesday night with Brandon Bain from 6 to 7 with the producer, Lawrence Bennett. I'm here every Saturday morning from 9 to whenever, okay? And the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Then, of course, the 19th hole, once a year, 1 week a year, about the Masters with the Herb brothers, Sean and Brent Herb. And then the Who's on First Baseball podcast, which hopefully will return next week. Okay, got to thank the guest. Okay, I'll save that to the end. Okay, and I never get to finish 3 steps in the door. When I start the show, I want to talk about high school sports, local high school sports, local college teams. Okay, that's step 2. Okay, that make an impact on Savannah, Georgia, and the professional teams, step 3, that make an impact on Savannah, Georgia. Okay, so I didn't get to the colleges. Spring sports, the Savannah State baseball team is in 3rd place. The championship, the SEAC championship, start next week. The softball team's in 6th place. Okay, so the SEAC baseball championships will be May 4th to May 7th in Albany. The softball championships will start on Tuesday and go to Thursday. Okay, so softball, Lady Tigers in Albany, May 2nd to May 4th, SEAC championship. Guys, May 4th to May 7th. Okay, bowling, SCAD women's bowling team. Let's go SCAD, Savannah College Art and Design. Their bowling team, women's bowling team, won the NAIA title again. They went out to the intercollegiate team championships. Okay, they finished 8th. That was in Illinois. Lacrosse team, the women's lacrosse team held the Sun Conference championships over at Memorial Stadium. They defeated the number 1 ranked team in the country in NAIA. They were number 5. They knocked off Kaiser University to win the Sun Conference championship. They'll be going to the national championships. Okay, congratulations, SCAD Bees women's lacrosse team. All right. Spring football's all over. College coaches going all the way around, so we'll go from there. Okay, professional. Step 3 is professional. Hawks. I mean, they were winning in Game 6 against the Celtics going into the 4th quarter. They couldn't hold on. So Celtics knocked the Hawks out of the NBA playoffs this year, 4-2. Young team, talented. Quinn Snyder coming in, so we'll see what he can do in the 23-24 NBA season. Braves, 1st place, 18-9. They beat the Mets last night, 4-0. Okay, in a rain-shortened game. They got 5 innings in, and the rain never stopped. Okay, so Max Fried was on fire, and Olsen hit a 3-run home run. So they'll play the Mets again today. Mr. Strider, Spencer Strider, one of the best pitchers in baseball, will take the hill for the Braves tonight, 7:20. PGA Golf, Brian Harmon has been off since the Heritage. Great showing there for him. Finished 7th. Last week at the Invited Celebrity Classic PGA Championships Tour for the older guys in Irvington, Texas, Tim O'Neill finished tied for 33 at 3 under. Gene Sowers finished tied for 4th at even par. Okay, locally, Savannah Bananas are in Tampa Bay. That's right, they're at George Steinbrenner Stadium, home of the New York Yankees spring training facility. Last night, the Bananas won 5-4 against the Party Animals. The Bananas are 9-13-2. Party Animals are 13-9-2, evenly matched. Okay, great baseball. It's not like the Harlem Globetrotters that would beat the Washington Generals with Frank Silkowski every night of the week. So great job down there. They come back. They're not going to come back to Savannah for a couple of weeks. Next weekend, they're going to take the whole show to the first team that challenged them, and that was the Kansas City Monarchs. They're going to play 3 challenge games with the Monarchs. So far, the Bananas had challenges against the Major League Baseball Professional Alumni Association. They beat them. Then they played 2 last week in West Virginia, and they split with the Dirty Birds, the West Virginia or the Charleston Dirty Birds, they know up there in Charleston, West Virginia. So they're sold out everywhere they go. Savannah Falcons lost a tough one last week. Semi-pro football, the Elite American Football League. They played the number 1 team in the standings, the Northeast Wolverines, 7-0. They beat the Falcons 28-6. Tonight, the Falcons are up in Effingham taking on the Effingham Outlaws, who are 3-4. Don't forget tonight, Memorial Stadium, Savannah Clovers Professional Football Club taking on the Gold Star Detroit team, who beat them 1-0 3 or 4 weeks ago at Memorial Stadium. It's student night. They're going to honor the Savannah County Public School Teacher of the Year, so go out and check it out. So there's 3 in the door. Okay, now I'm going to go 3 out the door, as I do every week. 3 out the door. I take 3 videos that I've watched on social media and have caught my eye. this one guy is going to be Coach DeMasi social media video all-star because he seems to be out there every week. So here are my 3 videos. Nolan Smith, Calvary Day School, Savannah young man, chosen 30th in the NFL draft. Okay, then we got to go to Jackson Finley, Richmond Hill. I think he's probably one of the top home run hitters in college baseball. He did it again last night. Then, of course, Alex Brown out of South Effingham High School up in North Carolina did something that you wouldn't believe would happen in a college softball game, because a college softball game, I think the outfield fences are only 200 feet. Check it out. Stay tuned. So the first one up, let's watch Nolan Smith, okay, being drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles.
With the 30th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Nolan Smith, linebacker, Georgia.
I mean,
Go Birds!
just put hedges up.
There he is. There he is. Family. There was a big party. A lot of people that had, had a lot to do with helping him get to where he is. We're at that party. But Nolan Smith, Savannah Whippers, Calvary Day School, IMG Academy, and of course, a great career at Georgia, is now making it to the NFL with the Philadelphia Eagles. And it seems like, I forget what the guy's name is, but he said, let's just bring the hedges up to Philadelphia because everybody on that team is from Georgia. Next up, he did it again last night. 2 more home runs for Jackson Finley at a Richmond Hill High School playing for Georgia Tech. This kid's going to get drafted very high this year in the Major League Baseball draft.
Who's, has always backed Georgia Tech players.
See ya. Jackson Finley to the moon. Solo, a home run, and then some. And the man they call the King Shark just went into the deep water.
He went deep sea fishing, and again, I talked about
that's home run number 1.
He looked better against Mercer, putting the barrel on the baseball, and
trivia this year.
Yeah, Finley really going in the right direction now. He looked better against Mercer.
Yeah, this one looks pretty good too. High and deep to center and out of here.
Finley really enjoys deep sea fishing. He loves getting out there deep in the ocean.
They call him the kingfish up there at Georgia Tech. One of his hobbies is fishing, so that's what they're talking about. That's 2 weeks back to back that this young man has put bombs out of the Georgia Tech facility. Jackson Finley. Make sure you remember that name because he'll be getting drafted in the MLB draft. This next inside the park home run for this young lady, very tough to do in college softball because the fences are only 200 feet out. This is Alex Brown out of South Effingham High School, leadoff hitter for the University of North Carolina Tar Heels. She's batting over 400. She's having a phenomenal year, but this is special. Alex Brown, inside the park, dinger.
And now can give her Tar Heels the lead. It does! Base hit Brown! What can Alex Brown do for you? She puts the Tar Heels in front. She now comes to the plate and is safe. What is happening here in Raleigh? Alex Brown goes through the stop sign for an inside the Parker.
Watch this one more time. Watch the third base coach, the head coach, trying to get her to stop.
And now can give her Tar Heels the lead.
Here we go. Shot down the first base right field line.
What can Alex Brown do?
There's the first one score. Now watch the coach. Here she comes. Trying to get her to stop.
And is safe. What is happening here in Raleigh?
That's just something special. Alex Brown at South Effingham High School. Great job. All right. Carl's Corner. Okay. I've added this about 4 or 5 months ago, my editorial on something that happened in sports. NFL draft. We were so excited here in Savannah, Georgia. Nolan Smith, he was projected to go higher than the 30th round. And, he sat through it. Then we saw the big excitement when he got announced that the Philadelphia Eagles took him as the 30th pick in this year's NFL draft. But I'm telling you right now, the NFL draft is something special. Okay. They make a big deal out of it. It's a big time party. They invite kids to come that they project will be, a top 10 pick. And then you sit there and it gets to the 10th pick and you're not been picked. And they keep on flashing to the athletes that are there or at home that haven't been picked. Well, this young man, Will Levis, the Kentucky quarterback, he was projected to be the best quarterback in the draft by, Mel Kiper, who's the guru of the NFL draft. Not picked. And they keep on showing him. And you can tell he's getting upset, deflated, depressed. I mean, that stuff needs to stop. I mean, we don't need to show the kid that was expected to go number one and to sit there. I lived it. Okay, I lived it. And I'm not the type of person to blow my bubble. My youngest son, Karl DeMasi, was told by the Pittsburgh Pirates that he would be picked early in the early rounds of the Major League Baseball draft. That's when they had 40 rounds. They projected him to be in the 15th round. So we sat. But we were on TV. But you could tell in my son's demeanor what was going on. 15th round came and went, no Karl DeMasi. 16th, 17th, 25th. About the 26th, he says, I'm not getting drafted. Went and did something else. Then finally, the 31st round round of the Major League Baseball draft, his name was called. I think he was the 991st player chosen. But to do it on national TV, come on, NFL. Come on, do something right. You don't need to do that to this kid. It just wasn't right. I'm happy for Nolan Smith. I tried to stay up to see him get drafted. I fell asleep. It was a 26th pick. I couldn't hang in there anymore. And then, of course, during the middle of the night, I had to check my phone. He was picked. He was the 30th pick by the Philadelphia Eagles. Come on, NFL, do something better. Give me a break. You didn't have to put Will Levis, out there to show that he wasn't picked. That's all I got to say. Well, I reached 1 hour and 42 minutes. I'm surprised my producer. There it is. He just popped on. Let's get to my man. Oh, not my man. It's the other man. Brandon Bain, the other host of Coach's Corner Sports Network show, Rubbin' and Grubbin'. That's right. We're ready for baseball, Coach. I love you, brother. Love you, Brandon Bain. So I thought Lawrence would be getting on here and telling me that I wasn't doing his 2-hour thing, but I got to 1 hour and 45 minutes, which is fine by me. And it's been a great show. Got to thank the guest, of course, Joey Lamar, WSAV TV, the new sports director. Check it out. Okay, you got a story, give him a call, give him an email. Joey Lamar, WSAV, the new sports director. He's been there for about 3 or 4 months. Then, of course, we got to go with the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. Young man was phenomenal in the interview. Foreign exchange student from Slovakia, Hungary. I mean, let me tell you this, okay? Just to get my inside notes, okay? Zsolt Boros, he was the Georgia Independent Athletic Association Class A Player of the Year. Okay, he made it sound short. Okay, where is it? I found it. Okay, Tomas. That's what he called this town, Tomas, but it's Tomaskova. Tomasikova. Okay, if I'm not pronouncing it right. TV timeout here. Boy, coach. I'm losing battery power here. Got to plug in the source. There we go. So I don't get cut off before I finish the show. Okay. His town borders Poland, Ukraine, Hungary, Austria, and the Czech Republic. His town sits right on that border. Pretty special. The young man came in, told us what it meant to play basketball here in the United States. Once again, over at Memorial Day School, athletic director Tyler Hemley, basketball coach Dale Mock, and of course, good buddy of mine, Mark Sussman. Great job with that kid. And then, of course, got to thank the baseball fanatic, Kyle Lawson, who's part of the Who's on First Base Baseball podcast. We're going to be bringing that back next week. And then, of course, the voice of the Savannah Clovers, who played tonight at Memorial Stadium. If you can't get out there, you want to watch it online, you can go to Nice's website, and it's I wrote it down here. Okay, it's called 11sports.com, and you can listen to the guy with the play-by-play on the broadcast tonight. Other than that, people, like I say every week, whatever you're doing today or tomorrow, always hit it out of the park. Until I talk to you again next week, may it be your best week ever. God bless. Have a good one. I'll see you next week. Hopefully on the Soundgarden Stage at Coach's Corner, because it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Peace out.